Way! Sorry, that was a bit loud. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Aurora. Apologies that it has been a couple of days. I've had a very busy week last week. Very hot week last week as well. It was like we had a heat wave. Well, most places I think had a heat wave in UK and Europe. So yeah, this week's looking a little bit better. Next week, back to heat wave temperatures. But focus on this week for now. What is the plan today? I think, if I remember right, the last thing we had happen last time was we went to Birmingham and got wrecked. Yes. So we've still got the Arcadias by the jump point, but the jump point isn't stable on this side. And they don't have jump drives. So we may lose the Arcadia potentially. I think we did lose the ships, but I mean this is the carrier for them. I'm not too concerned if we lose this. We can always rebuild it. We're going to need to rebuild all of the other ships anyway, and we should do that with a new design, preferably an anti-missile design, because that's what really got us. You know, if we had some sort of anti-missile gauze cannons, turrets, anti-missile missiles, we might have been okay in the last one, but we weren't prepared as we thought we were. I was hoping to just land our new Ultra Zord mechs on the planet and then have them wreck the ground armies and take control, but it didn't quite work like that. So let's try again, but we'll design a couple of new ships to see if we do any better. But before we do that, let me grab, where is it? Let me grab this. Let's do a little bit of the old YouTube admin work, because we are going to start adding a new game to the roster. So we're not just playing Aurora, as fun as that will be. I do want to start introducing 1 or 2 more games in. Keep it fresh, you know what I mean? So if I remember how to do this. Content posts. That'll do. And we want probably, is this not where you do this? No, you must have to do this on the actual channel. Yeah, I have to post it on here. Okay, that's fine. That's fair. Right, let's do a text poll. And we want... So, we want... I'm saying we. I'm going to start adding in new games to the weekly roster. Aurora still number 1. Have your say about what we play. No, have your say about this. Okay, so games I am going to suggest here. Continue Space Engineers. Oh, what's it called? Peritum live streams. It's going to be I forgot the name of my own live stream then. We New Cities Skylines 1 campaign. Add another option. What else are we going to do? Where is this? Oh, that's a good choice. Stellaris. So they're all going to be new compares. So it's going to be City Skylines 1. Just put that in brackets because, yeah. Another option. Oh, you only get 4 choices? What is that? Right, okay. I think the 4th one. I'm torn. I'm torn between X4, Satisfactory, or 7 Days to Die. I think in terms of telling stories, which is what I kind of like to do in a way with Aurora. Oh no, I know what it is. I know what it is. RimWorld. That's what we're doing. Those are the choices. Let's post that. There we go. Right, I'm going to leave that up for probably a week. We're going to play Aurora probably for the rest of this week, and then we'll start filtering some of these in over the next month or two. Just to keep things fresh. We'll still be playing Aurora for the most part. Because I am really enjoying this campaign. I cannot wait for... Well, no, I can wait for version 3, because the longer it cooks, the better it's going to be, and also the longer we get to play this campaign, because we won't be able to start fresh. But I can't wait for it because some of the quality of life features are just going to be incredible. Right. Jen's out having tea with a friend, and Nick is supposedly on her way home, and I need to order food, but for right now I don't know what Nick wants to order, so I will leave them to it. Let's figure out what we're going to do with our ship design. Wide view. So let's have a look. Their ships, what do we know about them? The Birmingham aliens. Sorry, I need to blow my nose 1 second. Yeah, I remember to mute this time as well. You're welcome. Right, the Barracuda. I think the Barracuda was their missile ship. (8,000 kilometers a second). So the Bulldog looks quite small. I don't know if that's because they've got some sort of stealth technology on it. With it being this fast, I suspect this is some kind of... This not stealth, it's like a fighter / FAC. Fast attack craft. Barracuda... I think this is their missile boat. It's a shame it doesn't tell us... It doesn't tell us what speed their missiles were at, but I think they were at like 40,000. Let's go max events 5,000 / question mark. We might break things here. Yeah. Oh yeah, I went and scrapped a bunch of units as well, so I've hidden that thing so you shouldn't see that pop up as often. Right, so let's go back a little bit. Okay, here we go. 33,000 kilometers a second. They are size 7 missiles firing in batches of 5. Okay. Fucking stinks up here. Right, we'll go with that. So we're going to say their missiles move at 30. We'll say 35,000. So that's what we're going to aim to counter. Hammerhead. Yeah, they've got a lot of resolution 1s. These are their missile sensors. So they want to... They're using lasers. And they have the ability to spot missiles, so presumably they also have some sort of anti-missile guns as well on some of these ships, or anti-missile missiles potentially. Let's see. They do also have shields, which is interesting. So we are going to want sensors of around 4,000 ton resolution. And that's the smallest they've got. Oh, there's got... oh, that's the thermal signature. Okay, 2,800. That is when it's moving. That is more than likely... Well, we actually don't know anything about that, so yeah. Okay, there's only 3 of them. Signature sensor. That's a thermal sensor as well, not an active. Okay. Let's say we want 3,000 range thermal sensor. It's like all of their active sensor sizes are pretty big apart from the Bulldog. So yeah, we want we could probably make like, can we get a 12,000 ton active sensor, a 24,000 ton active sensor. I mean the tonnage that the active sensor will pick up, not the actual size of that. Would be a ridiculously good sensor. The ship wouldn't move, but it would be a really good sensor. And then a missile sensor. I think that would probably be really good. And then we'll maybe do one for the Bulldog. We'll do like a 750, 800 size sensor as well. We want a speed, ideally, of, it looks like around 6,000. They have got a few that go faster. 6,040, what's this? It's the Scorpion that was formerly known as this. 6,040. And then they've got the, is it the Bulldog that goes 8,000? But I'm suspecting this is a small attack craft, so there's probably, this is probably not going to do a huge amount of damage to us. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. It's been known. Okay, so let's start with, we'll do a brand new ship class, and we are going to go with, this time, I'm going to say a destroyer. Or would it be, is there an anti-missile? Boarding vessel. No, I think a destroyer makes sense. And we want, open all this. So we're gonna want some kind of gauze turret or laser turret possibly. We're gonna want sensors, engines, maybe shields. Maybe shields, maybe some stealth tech. So what we want is, we want the ability to, but we want to be able to not get hit. So we want our point defense to be incredible. That's the main thing we want. We also want a sensor. Now, these don't all have to be on the same ship. So we could have a group of destroyers that are capable of fielding groups of 5 missiles, because they seem to be firing in 5s. And have a bunch of what's the word? A bunch of fire controls on them. So maybe let's use our other 80 gun. Is it a cruiser? So like here we've got 4 fire controls, 80 guns. So we put 20 of each gun on each fire control. We could have many more fire controls. Yeah, just have. Let's say we had 20 fire controls, then you could put 4 turrets on each one with this model. Now I'm thinking a destroyer. I'm going off what's it called? Stellaris's ship size doctrine here, and I'm considering a destroyer to be bigger than a corvette, but smaller than a cruiser. We don't have any corvettes, I don't think. But I would say probably the maybe the exploration cruiser. Yeah, so that was 30,000. This was 100,000. So I think this would probably sit around 50, which I think we could make work. Right. We'll say 60. 60,000 tons. That's our goal for this ship. But let me put some notes down. So, assumptions. Never assume. But in this case, we're gonna. Destroyer class. Yeah, so I should probably put this on this screen so you guys can see it. Right, let's do 60,000 tons. We need turrets. Let's assume we're gonna have 50 turrets and 10 fire controls. We want to be able to move at 6,000 kilometers a second. And let's move this up. Fire controls versus missiles that go 35,000 kilometers a second. We don't know the range of their missiles, do we? I didn't clock their range. Although we don't actually know if we show up on their sensors, we don't know what range the sensors are at. Right. We want sensors. This is weapons. I don't know why I'm using Notepad. It's General Kenobi. Hello there. We want one that's versus 24,000 tons. One versus 12,000 tons. We want one versus say 900 tons. 50 tons, that's the anti-missile sensor. Now they have shields. Excuse me. So we need to factor that in. Although, I suppose it doesn't matter. As long as we're doing consistent damage, their shields aren't going to regenerate fast enough. We probably want a jump drive as well. Jump drive. Although we are well, I don't know, we cancelled it actually. We were planning on sending a stabilization ship, but actually that's probably not the best plan. So yeah, we do want a jump drive. What else do we want? Probably we do probably want an E-link to get more information out of them. We do need more of these carriers and mechs, but that's not part of this. Just to do rebuild carrier, rebuild carriers, rebuild dropships, rebuild ultra zord, ground mechs. Do we want to build an actual invasion army? I want to test out our ground mechs, really. We can always drop a defensive army on them if we need to. They're not going to be very great in defensive, but at least we'll have something. If we do need to redesign an army, then we'll do that. Possibly bring 1x defensive army. Armory? Army. I know words. Okay. So, here's the Earth. Let's plop some of these on and see what we can do with one 10,000 ton engine. See how fast we can go. So we want, let's go to prototypes, engines. Do we have... See, we're not going to be able to do this with a commercial engine. Even with the newest version, it's going to have to be a military engine. It doesn't matter because it's going to need... It's not going to be a commercial ship anyway because it's going to have guns and defenses, right? So let's design a new... bigger engine. So we want engines and we want it roughly 10,000. We might tweak this to make it smaller later on. Thermal signature reduction, we do want to make that smaller. So this is 5,000 versus what we were just doing, which was 2,000. So this might work. We might not even need to increase this that much. Or we might even be able to decrease it. Let's go with 100% for now. So this is going to be a military engine. It is the year 2242. This is a 10,000 ton 100% engine. So we'll just leave that as default. So prototype that. We want this bad boy. You know what? That's not too bad. There's like 2 of them on there. We're going 7,000 at 71,000 tons. So obviously we're going to be 10,000 tons lighter. So we're going to be faster than, possibly even faster than their fast attack craft. It's going to be interesting. Bruh. Okay, so yeah, we are going to be faster than their fast attack craft if we use these 2 engines. And I kind of like that idea. That range is horrific, but we'll try and make it work. We'll try and make it work. We're not going to have 32 layers of armor. We will probably need some armor because we're not going to be able to outrange them, but we'll see. Right, get rid of that. I just put the terraforming thing on there, by the way, just to get the weight up because it's quite a heavy module. Just in case you think I've gone insane in the membrane. Alright, next thing we need is some sensors. Actually, the next thing we probably want is the jump drive, since we know what our goal weight is going to be. So we're going to be 6,000 tons. 60,000 tons, rather. Okay. We could do squadron jump and save. Mind you, is it really going to save? I suppose it does save on build time if only a few of them have these, but I'm not too worried about that. So this is a 60,000. Oh, it's already got J60,000. That's fine. It's a military jump engine. Okay, it's 2,500 tons. That's okay. Jump drive. Give me this. Okay. We're going to need a lot more fuel than that. $161 billion. So let's go. Arcadia 2, you're on Earth at the minute. Auto route to Birmingham. Okay, just go to London, Birmingham, Birmingham 2, move. So that is 7.91 billion. Don't actually do that. So we need to be able to go. Probably, well, we need to be able to go double that to get back, right? But we're probably going to use some fuel in combat as well. So if we say double that, so that's 14, 15 to add a little bit of overlap. 16 to be safe. Plus let's say we want like a at least 20 million range. This is obviously more than enough, so we could probably take one of those off. This is probably fine. It's only got 46 days of deployment time, but we're hoping that we're not going to be out 46 days. Because this thing's currently going 20,000 kilometers a second, right? We might need to have more fuel when we get up to our goal weight. What is this? Ah! Right, I've got a food order, so let me just go and order the food, and I'll be back in 2 seconds. Well, probably about 5 minutes. We're back. We have ordered the food. So I will have garlic bread and chicken very shortly. Right. Still fucking warm. Okay. Where were we? Right, so we know we're going this. We know we want shove on an elint. We are almost certainly going to want what I really want is shit. We are going to want an auxiliary. We're going to want a CIC. We're going to want a main engineering. Not too concerned about a flag bridge. I think that'll be fine. We are going to want much lower annual failure rate than 5,000, if that's okay. Engineering, let's go. 500's not great, but bear in mind it's only going to be out for... It's not going to be out for a full year. It's going to be out for a short period of time, and hopefully they'll have got enough stuff on board to repair with. Yeah, they're currently carrying half as many MSP as what they actually need for the biggest thing on the ship. Let's put 20. Okay. So that leaves us with 25. So we've got 34,000 tons to play with. That, I say, is probably okay. This, we are probably going to need more fuel. Let's put a couple of large on there. Fuel, couple of large. That's probably going to be enough. We do need to bear this in mind, though, when we are refueling, that we are refueling quite a good amount of fuel every time we send these guys out. Right, we need shields. We need... Done those two. Done the speed. We know the weight. Turrets we need. Fire controls. Missiles. Versus missiles to go with that. Let's do the sensors next. So we're going to do thermal sensors. What was their thermal signature stuff again? Thermal signature 4,000, 1,400, 1,400, 1,400, 3,000. Oh, we actually destroyed one of those. That's pretty cool. 4,000. 3,000. Okay, so if we have like... Maybe we have like a size 20. That's a bit much, but that's a nice range. 100 million kilometers is nice. I think this is worth it for them. I mean, it's going to be more anyway. If we're looking at this shit, this is nearly 3 times bigger than this, so we're going to see them a lot further out than that anyway. And these are just passive sensors. Yeah, I think we'll have quite a chunky thermal sensor. This is a military sensor, yeah, okay. And then for the EM sensor, I don't think we necessarily need it as big. We know they have shields, which I think give off an EM signature, but let's just make this like a size 250, so size 5. Let's go with that. Should probably put these as what they actually are. I'll sort that out in a minute. Active sensors. So we wanted, where's our design here? So we want an active sensor versus a 24,000 ton. So the first one here. So, I mean, we could just do versus 25, but we'll do 24. And we want maximum hardening. Yeah, okay. Maximum grab strength. Size. Let's get this above 100 million. So we'll do a size 2. 100 tons. So this is a 100 ton versus 24,000 ton. And then we want 12,000 ton. So let's make this one again just above 100. We'll go with the size. Let's go with the size 5 for this. So this is a 250 ton versus a 12,000. And then we want a 900. I don't think we're going to be able to get that above 100,000, but we'll try. Yeah, no. 750. I don't think that's massively important. Let's just get that, because I don't think they're going to have... Mind you, they might have missiles on. 100,000, 100 million kilometer range isn't outrageous for missiles. Okay, let's do a 750 then for that. This is 900. And then we want a 50 ton resolution. So this is our missile sensor. And this one. I mean, investing in this is probably wise given they are using missiles. Let's do 1,000 ton versus 50. Well, we'll just do 1,000 ton missile sensor. Let's rename this. Yeah. Okay, let's stick these on. We may have to redesign some of those, but we'll stick them on and see what happens. So we want this one, which we're going to rename the component. This is a 1,000 ton thermal sensor. Rename this is a 250 ton EM sensor. We want these active ones. We want you, you, and you. And you. It's a lot of sensors. Okay. Right, let's see what kind of cloaking tech we can make. Okay, so the biggest cloak we can make is 30,000 tons at the minute. That's odd. Man, yeah, I suppose they don't want you cloaking like an entire space station, do they? Okay, so we won't bother with a cloak. If we know we're already going to be above that, that's fine. Well, it looks like the higher your cloaking efficiency is, the bigger you can make. Okay, so that we'll bear that in mind. Shields. Shield tech is not the best. We'll just say 1,000-ton delta shields. 1,000-ton delta shields. This is obviously a military shield, and it's 500 tons, not 5,000 tons. These will be important. We want to put those on. Absolutely. Okay. I think the last thing we need really is the weapons now. So actually we're doing all right. What is a CWIS? CIWS. Automated self-contained point defense system primarily designed to shoot down incoming enemy missiles right before they hit ship. Oh, okay. That's interesting. So this is okay. So this is essentially an automated, self-contained automated point defense system, but it's not an offensive system. It's purely defensive. So you can actually put that on civilian ships. Did not know that. That's good. Well, commercial ships, not civilian. We put it on civilian ships as well, but commercial ships would benefit from it. Our carrier, for example, would benefit from that. Serious system can only engage one target per attack cycle for the enemy. Fires massive volley of missiles, multiple small volleys. Single CWIS may be able to shoot them all down. Yeah, but you'd obviously just put a shitload on there. Okay. So it's just a nice, easy point defense thing that you can slap on. Okay, I like that. We're not going to use that for this, but I do like that. We need to design some fire controls. We might have some lasers that will work already, so we'll just bear that in mind for a second. I don't think I need anything else. We may need to design a new power plant as well, because we've got this new reactor, because we're still using the tomahawks here. So let's design our lasers first. Let's grab our turrets here. So we've got these 150-ton ones that fire every 5 seconds. That's okay. Design tracking speed. We want a tracking speed of at least 35. I'm going to put 40. Just thinking for future, like, things we come across. Make it bigger. But then we can fit less of them on, that's the problem. Let's just do 40. That's 300 tons. Do we want to put any armor on it? They were size 7 missiles, weren't they? So size 7 missile. Oh god, that's bright. So size 1 missile is going to do like that. Size 2, size 3, size 4. Size 5, size 6, size 7, 8, 9. Okay, so they're size 7, so they're just not going to do these two. Okay, so we could do with at least 2 layers of armor. If we do 4, we're probably safe. Well, safe-ish, hopefully. We probably also want multiple turrets. Quad turrets. So now you're getting into the range of ridiculousness. Quad turrets with no armor, or single turrets with 4 armor. Well, 4 single turrets with no armor. Well, it's not 4, is it? It's like 3 and a bit. I think 3 single turrets, to be honest. Let's prototype that. So this is the 2242. $40K for AR. For A. Single. Yeah, okay. So prototype that. That's interesting. There's actually more size efficient to have a quad turret, so we'll prototype that as well. Right, we'll prototype a twin, and then we'll mess around. We might have a few different variants. So these need fire controls. Fire control speed rating. So tracking speed we want as fast as possible. We're limited here to that. That's gonna suck, but it's fine. We don't need a huge range. Although we do, no, we do need a huge range, don't we? Because we want them on radar for as long as possible to get that tracking bonus. Hardening, yes, we want as much of that as we can get. Multi-weapon. I think if we have this on, I can't remember if it's if you have one multi-weapon fire control and all of your turrets in there. I think they all shoot at the same target. Because the fire control's got one target, it's just got multiple guns pointing at that target, right? So do we want to make a single? No, we probably do want a multi. Because if our chance to hit is being limited by that 20,000, we're going to want more than one gun on every missile. Okay. Mind you, I suppose if we've got the quad, we've got 4 shots. And if this is like, I don't know, like 50% hit chance, then odds are we're going to hit. Whether we do enough damage to blow it up, I don't know. But 400 tons. Okay, let's go with a multi. So this is a 400 ton 16x. It's got the best range possible. We could probably knock this down actually. Oh no, we don't. No, we don't want to. It doesn't affect the weight, so let's not bother. Let's not bother. And we could probably use our other lasers to actually do some damage as well. Some longer range damage. There's no way food's here. Oscar, who are you barking at? He must be barking at Nick getting home. Back in 1 sec. Just check. I just realised I left that on the starting soon screen. I'm sorry. That's going to be confusing for people. Oh, right. Food has arrived. And so has Oscar. Good boy. Right. Okay. Let's stick these turrets on here. You are not going to let me, are you? Oh no, you are. They're just under the lasers, they're not on the turrets. Okay. It's a single. We need a fire control and a reactor. I know that reactor's too big and also the wrong tech, but we'll just use it for now. Okay. That doesn't need military on it. Let's rename that because we don't need, because if it's got a fire control, it's a military ship anyway, so it doesn't need that. Okay. So we've got a single turret in the range of 210,000 kilometers. Okay. It's got a tracking speed of 40k, but limited to 20k by the fire control. Can fire every 5 seconds. So how many of these can we put on? So we can put 8 on for one of those fusion reactors. I don't entirely trust this chicken's cooked. It arrived far too quick. But it could have just been sat there. Never order takeaway on a Monday. It's not a good plan. They have the B team on Monday. No, I can't eat that. It's garbage. Top the garlic bread is better. I know you can eat that, but you chill out. Okay. So 8 of those for one of those reactors. Obviously, we're going to upgrade the reactor. So we might be able to get more. We could reduce the tracking speed on the turrets. Because the tracking speed on the fire control isn't going to cut that. And that would make those guns lighter as well. Do I still have the... no, of course not. We set this to 20. We had 4 layers of armor, didn't we? So this is a 20k. Oh, sorry, this is a 22, 42, 20k dash 4A for armor. Let's prototype that. That's a single, twin, and a quad. Let's get rid of all these. You can still only get 8, but they are also lighter. I've got a 20,000 track speed, 20,000 track speed, so that matches now. Doesn't need to match, but it's fine. The range on that is not great. But that's because that's the range of the laser itself. We could... Problem is, a longer range laser is also a weightier laser. 21,000 kilometers, 210,000 kilometers. So that's going to be divided by 35,000. So that's going to be on our radar for 6 seconds. Which won't be enough for any kind of tracking speed bonus. But it does mean... well, the tracking speed bonus I think comes off the missile sensor, doesn't it? So, missile sensor... Oh, no, I think it does go off fire control range. So the fire control has it in range and targeted, I think. So it's not going to get any sort of tracking speed bonus, because I think it needs to be on there for like 30 seconds or something, or whatever our technology is. But it does mean that the gun should have enough time to see it and fire, because the gun fires every 5 seconds. So it doesn't matter... It doesn't matter about getting the bonus, it doesn't matter that we are firing on every missile we can fire at. I think that makes sense. To me, anyway. Whether it makes sense to anyone else, I don't know. Let's get rid of these. Let's see how many of the quad 20s we can put on there. Yeah, 2, that makes sense. Okay, so we can have 2 quads. And I think all this really does is it gives them more... Well, each one will fire 4 shots, so they'll have 4 times a higher chance to hit. I think that works, actually. So let's say, let's get rid of these. Let's say we want 20 of those. We are going to need 10 lots of this reactor. Obviously we're going to change this so it's not staying. And we probably also want 10. Fire controls. So each fire control has 2 quad turrets on it. So each fire control is firing 8 shots at a barrage of 5 missiles. With probably, what is that going to be? I don't know if this is the calculation, but I'm guessing it's gonna be because if you shoot at something at your maximum range, you have a 0% chance to hit. So I'm going off. If we say they're moving at, we're tracking them at 20,000, and they're moving at 33, well 30, 34. Let's be safe. So we've base chance to hit would be 58%, 59%, I think. We're going to have more of these ships though, aren't we? So we're going to have more than one of these ships. So that works. We've got 3,000 tons to play with. We need probably... Our fuel's fine, I think, for Birmingham. It's fine for Birmingham. It's not fine for anywhere else. But we would bring a tanker with it. Speed's fine. I'm not digging that annual failure rate. Essentials, engineering. Is that another? We haven't got any armor on either. Can have 4 layers of armor, which would stop probably 2 rounds of missile. Well, I suppose they're not going to hit the same point every time in theory, so it would 4 layers of armor would give us reasonable survivability if we do take a couple of hits. The ship's going to take 5 years to build. Jesus Christ. Okay. Let's sort this reactor thing out. Design tech. Plants. 2242. We want this one. Don't need a boost. Every one of those needs 8 power, I think it was. Oh, it's 32 power now, isn't it? Where's my calc? So we've got 640 divided by 20. So I need 32 power per gun. Probably don't want to put yeah, we want bigger reactor, don't we? So that was a 200-ton reactor that we had before. So we can get away with the same 168, which would give us 60. Actually, yeah, 173 tons. So we've shaved off 27 tons per reactor that we've got on the ship. I think that's okay. So this is a 173 ton. 64 power output. Okay. So then reactor, let's add that on there. That's too many. That's the fire control. Oh my god, click on the right thing, Sam. What the fuck are you doing? We want that, and then we want to take off. Oh no, we do want 10. Okay. Oh yeah, of course, yeah, the 64, we need 640 power, 10 reactors. Okay, that works. So now maybe we can get a 5th layer of armor. 6? No, 5. Okay. So we can have a 5th layer of armor, and then we can fill the rest with fuel. Small fighter. Okay, 60,000 tons. We are going at 8,333 kilometers a second. We have 5 layers of armor. We have 71 shields, which regenerate every 10 minutes. 532 seconds, I think that is. Yeah, so nearly every 10 minutes. We've got pretty strong sensors. We've got damage control. MSP is fine. Annual failure rate 720. I'm not a huge fan of that, but we could take off a couple. We could take off these standards and add 4 engineering slots, but I don't think it's going to make a huge difference. Yeah, I mean, he's better than nothing, so we'll just go with that. We've got a drum drive, we've got a strong engine, we've got 1.5 million litres of fuel, which gets us 50 billion kilometers. Not a lot, but it will get us to Birmingham. It will get us like a good range. We'll be able to take the Birmingham out. What about, where are the other guys? York. Can we get to York with... So this is Liverpool, Edinburgh, York. Edinburgh, York. York 1, because that'll be right in the middle. So that's 16 billion, and then order route back to Seoul, go to Earth. 33 billion gives us like 20 billion in the system to dick about with. I think that's fine. Okay. Okay, we've got 10 reactors powering 20 defense turrets. Now, we don't have any offensive turrets here, so we're going to probably build a second destroyer design that has more offensive capabilities. We could actually have I mean, we can outspeed these guys, so we can use these weapons defensively, drain all of their missiles, and then we can just pepper them with our defensive turrets because they won't have anything left to shoot us with, in theory. Unless Precursor or NPR have unlimited missiles. I don't think they would. That wouldn't make sense. But I suppose it's possible. We've got a ton of sensors. We've got jammers. I think we're good. I think I like this. We need a name for this ship though, because Sheffield ain't it. Class theme. The broadsword. Yeah, let's do that. So this is, where's my thing? We want 2242 broadsword. We want to research this. We want to research this. This. Shields. Engine, jump drive. All the sensors. There's so much to research on this ship. Then we've got to build it. We probably need to get a new shipyard as well. Research. Okay, all the stuff's being researched. What's our shipyard situation? Yeah, we need a 60,000 ton shipyard. We could probably retool this. Well, continual capacity upgrade. Let's set this to 60. Because it's going to take a couple of years to upgrade the to research all those technologies anyway, and then we'll retool this one. It's fine because we're not really using the Grampuses at the minute. Okay, beautiful. Let's go in here. We still want to keep going on that. This one, not so much. So you do all these things, please, if you don't mind, and then you can go back to doing what you were doing before. Oh, boo, boo, boo. Yeah, my stomach's already crying about the chicken. Max tracking time for bonus for missiles 80 seconds. Okay, so yeah, we're nowhere near that, so we'll add that to queue as well. Power and propulsion. Engine size, you can come off that. Marky Mark. We have a commercial engine that we were researching for some reason. So let's grab that. Let's grab this. Let's just research all of our prototype technology, and then we want. You were doing engine size. Yeah, engine size is probably still what we want. Yeah, and then jump drive, sure. Then we want direct fire, turret tracking speed, particle lance. We don't need that right now. It's one with 11 labs there. Nice. Dorothea Jaeger. Create projects. I think that's the only thing, isn't it? Just the turret. Yeah. We prototyped more turrets, but this is the only one we have on the ship, so it's fine. Particle beam, don't care. Particle lance, let's finish that off. And then ooh, I'm actually tempted to go a bit more down this. Now we know that the Seawiz is commercial as well. And then we probably want that's probably fine. If you do get a chance to do that as well, then do that, sure. Okay. That's everybody. Let's save before something horrible happens. Oh, well, there we go, boys and girls. Can turn off the food tracker now. We don't need that. Shift that over there. Okay. Where is this? Right, that's saved. I'm gonna call that a do for tonight because I've just remembered I've got to go and do some stuff. But I will be back tomorrow for more Aurora, and we'll start researching all this. We'll start building some stuff. Hopefully, we'll maybe do a bit more exploration, see what we find. Actually, we can't do any more exploration, can we? Because we lost our ships. Fine, we'll figure it out. Right. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. I will catch you guys next time. All right, bye.